What are we doing? I'll mention Chambo again. Zadidi, we've worked with Chambo. We are delivering 10,000 housing units through PPPs. The reason we are doing that, Chambo realized that for 50 years, they have more needs for students than they have, but than they had years before. But you see why Chambo was attractive? To go back to Professor's issue. They had 50-year data that they can prove to the private sector and tell the private sector, if you trust us and invest in 10,000 units, we can assure you of offtake. See what the private sector is doing? They are not giving Chambo free housing. No, they are interested in the students that go to Banda, in the Mama and India poor. They want to mainstream with them. The private sector have money to build this accommodation. But they cannot just build because Chambo has come. They will build the accommodation because Chambo has to prove using the data that they've accumulated in 50 years. But India will assure you, and I will say to the presence of Chambo here, it is a struggle to confirm that for 50 years, Chambo has been, you know those things you teach us, on the scale that they have actually had this intake that promises a return to the investor. We have to go analog. We are literally counting every file from the time Chambo was formed. Now, every day, the other time you remember, my colleagues at finance, they ask me, why have you delayed to deliver PPP? This is what I'm dealing with. I have a good project. And everybody in finance and the other stakeholders say, no, it's obvious that people will line up to build hostels for Chambo. But the private sector also knows that around in Banda, around in Nakawa, other private people have built hostels. Do you know what they want from me? Quality data that informs that Chambo, with that growth trajectory, indicating how many students have been sleeping on campus. See the selling point I have is I'm building accommodation on campus. That's the difference. And I'm going to add a few things: security, sanitary, and I'm going to start arguing with the private sector to tell them, wait a moment. The reason these children are going to come and stay with you on campus is because we have safety. We are going to put in meals. We are going to put in the gym. We are going to put in a shopping space. The parents will be attracted. And it's not Wolokoso, as they say. I have to prove it. Now, as I speak, I'm going to market in 2024, and with the due permission, I have no solid quality data to use. Now, that's the challenge. So what are we doing about it? We've started with working with Italy. The president allocated us several acres of land in the table to build an ICT park. And what we are putting in the ICT park is an incubation center to make sure that we get young people who have gone through these universities doing the theory to now transfer the theory into your practice. So an incubation center is going to host over 100 startups so that we start to enable real good work that happens with them. We're also going to allow SMEs in that incubation center. We're going to include a global innovation center. The global innovation center, the idea is get the big players, get the big brands into this place. We have the students, we have the SMEs, but working in synergy with the global players. The global players maximize networks, they maximize, they manage costs, but also they have a reach beyond what you can afford. So Microsoft, Google, Apple, Facebook, beyond TikTok and others, all of those want them in that one place. And we believe that when we get them in that place, we'll be able to demonstrate that working with the private sector will now grow our capacity through this partnership. We are including an IT BPO. BPO is a business processing and outsourcing center. About 6 floors. Now in the PPPs, you don't describe. You have a need, you state the need, and you let the private sector innovate around that need. So that's what we are doing. But now we say our need at the start, about 6 floors of a PPP. But during the tender process, during the competition, that may grow. So that is also coming on board, and we believe that will take us to the next level. Has this been done? Yes, in Kenya. In Rwanda, they started, but in Madagascar, it's a big one. Actually, Europeans are outsourcing the business. So when you make that call, and you say, I want to check on my credit card, and your card, for example, is one of Citibank in New York, the people who handle it in Madagascar or India, and we Ugandans can do that. So we are going into that direction, we are going into that space. And we believe that will come with Byamugisha. As this data converges in a table, he will have sort of the 3/4 of his work. Because he knows where to go if he's looking for data about banking services, for example. So we are playing a role, and we believe that it will help us move forward. Now, what we've done also with universities, and I'm using Chambo, is we encourage them to look beyond accommodation. So the centers they are building are going to be smart centers. Hopefully, leaders are allowing with things like ICT solutions in one place, green as it were, and we are defining what green means, water circulation, and water harvesting, processing, and so on. But we are also adding something else which is missing, which we can tap into when we work with the private sector. It's called the O and the M. Again, I'm sorry, I'm using this building. The cost of maintenance of this building sits with the budget of the ED. Look around our schools. We build them. We get money from government partners, from African Government Bank, from European Union, from the World Bank. They build it, give us a block. In the 6th month, in the 8th month, the lifts are closed. Why? Because we can't maintain them. We don't have money to power them, but we cannot even maintain them. In the 5th year, the block is as old as some of those if you look around here. Towers here, of course, they are all aging. They have a built-in lifespan of 50 years. So for PPPs, we say no at the beginning. That's why I get a bit of criticism. I get a bit of stick. You are not moving. Now we are moving, but we are building in O and M. I'll give an example of Kampala to the Expressway. Unfortunately, it's not, by the way, there is data that informs that. Guys, when you go through Intel Expressway, you know what happens? You drive fast and you tap and you continue. If you can't, you pay your 5,000. You know why they're taking the 5,000? Because after Minister of Finance borrowed the money and built that road, they woke up and realized they couldn't maintain it. And said, oh, we need to maintain it. So we went to private sector and made a proposition using data. We say to them, on Kampala Entebbe Expressway, they are about, just using a figure, 10,000 vehicles every day. The private sector did their calculation, confirmed that they can take a risk over 25 years to maintain that road because of the 10,000. The reason they are asking you to tap is because they have to be sure that the 10,000 have passed. But the Ministry of Finance, the PPP, will say to government, wait a moment, supposing this traffic grows faster, Ugandans are buying vehicles and they start going out of the country. The economy is, as we normally say. So what happens? They are going to make more money when we are not making money as government. So we say, no. We need a local accounting system where everybody who taps or pays 10,000 will see it. When you get your 10,000, we pay you. But if they are 15, we also benefit from the excess. But you know what they say to us? Supposing they are less than 10. Now that's my work. So I go back to finance. And the finance, these people have said they're not touching this deal because the vehicles could be less than 10 because somebody has said the road broke. If they are less than 10, finance will pay. And then 5 minutes later, this man here, who's already standing, he will go on his media platform and say, government is charging you 5,000 is very expensive. And he will get a crowd against the 5,000. So I have to make sure that the politics of the day will accept the 5,000. And then don't forget, it started with Masakaro and collapsed. Because the charge was 10,000 and it was expensive. Now, to balance these two, is about smart microphone for you. What I did, we make sure that government steps in. Now, that's what we are doing on Kampala Ginger. Now, to explain our delay, Kampala Ginger, we did a study, and to make sure that the road we need, all of this, by the way, is informed by the data. I'm trying to, now you can use the education system. All of this is data. We make sure that for us to come to the unit cost of the toll, we needed somebody to pay more than 10,000. We knew there's no way that we would fund. So we went back to finance, engaged them, and said, continuously engage them back and forth, and we will reduce that toll what is acceptable. But to get it what is acceptable, we have to find the money. There's something called the viability gap financing. Government steps in. So the private sector is willing, government is willing, that the cost, the political cost of the project is way out. So government steps in with an injection. Now, if you use that example we are doing with Kampala G to deliver Kampala G, it's the same you can use in the education system. All of these big machinery you need, they should never and should not be said to be sitting with you because you don't do what you are supposed to do. Universities who are supposed to enable UBOS do their work are not doing that part of data collection and research. I did it by the way when you do it as an academician. You're holding on to it alone. So what we're trying to do with these new tools is the moment we set up an APO, we'll have a collection center for data which you can export. Data export e-services. You can use these facilities. Ladies and gentlemen, not to belabor this point, allow me to say to you that I think we need to change the way we work. We'll be in isolation, stand-alone universities, same problems, as he was saying earlier, same students, same curriculum, but working in the silos. I think time has come to adapt public-private partnerships because they will get the lift, the things you need to make sure you move forward. Lastly, for data analytics, you need a huge source of power. If you're already switching off power because you cannot afford it, supposing you deploy the tools you need for data analytics, you close your entire utilities budget will be blown away. So what do? You go to the private sector. As I say, your job is not to invest in gadgets that manipulate data. Your job is to interpret and utilize the data. You can collect it, you manipulate and utilize it. And if you go into the investment of the equipment, you are stuck because all your budget will be blown away. That's when the private sector comes in to help you do that. We are available to help in that effort. We also are available to help to link you up with the international agencies and investors who are willing to go into that space for R&D. All universities, Mr. ED, are not investing in research and development on the data side. Everyone runs on their own. But we know that those agencies, Google and others, are willing to go into that space. It's proven and it's documented. So if we work together and we allow those people to come in, we can work together to develop our capacities, the reliability and of data and resourcing and collection of data. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to stop here. I thank you very much for